If imitation, as they say, is the sincerest form of flattery, we suspect that plenty of folks at Apple Park were pretty rosy-cheeked when Samsung unveiled the Galaxy Watch Ultra at Unpacked earlier this month. Arriving as the top dog in the Galaxy Watch and Wear OS lineup, Samsung hasn't been very shy about where it's drawn inspiration from for this all-new $650 premium smartwatch. It shares the same name as the Apple Watch Ultra, but there's more: single-hand gesture control, band stylings, an orange action button, titanium body with sapphire crystal display and rear, along with a host of more base-level specs and features. Here's the thing though, for as questionable as it is to copy another company's homework to this extent, copying the good stuff does generally work. The key issue for the Galaxy Watch Ultra isn't whether or not it's a good smartwatch. It is. The problem here is that Samsung got so sucked into creating an Android version of the Apple Watch Ultra that it forgot to add the things that could have made it the best smartwatch of 2024. A lot has been made about the design here being drawn from Apple, and rightfully so, given that the similarities are so stark. The wearables OG is among us. However, we'll also remember that Samsung trotted out something very similar to the Ultra with the 2017 Samsung Gear Sport. Whether you think the squircle, cushioned case of the Sport has been reimagined here, or you believe this is just a ChatGPT version of the Apple Watch Ultra, probably depends on which ecosystem you fall into. What's more important is that, at least in terms of look and function, it's a design that really works. At 60 grams and 47 millimeters, it's absolutely not a smartwatch designed for those with smaller wrists, but the Ultra represents a much-needed streak of personality to the Wear OS ranks, and that standout shape and next-level build quality ensures there's a clear distinction between itself and the rest of the latest Galaxy Watch devices. We've tested tons of lighter Wear OS watches with stainless steel cases that aren't conducive to arm movements in workouts or comfortable 24/7 wear, but the titanium build of the Ultra ensures Samsung has negotiated both of these wearability issues successfully. The only quality control issue we encountered was sweat clinging to the watch's rear, resulting in an odd sticking noise, even after as little as a 15-minute warm-up on the indoor bike. The 1.5-inch Super AMOLED is also comfortably the best display we've ever tested on an Android watch. At a peak brightness of 2000 nits, it's amazingly clear even in direct sunlight, only hampered, really, by the smudgy nature of the sapphire crystal glass covering. This, interestingly, is also a direct consequence of arguably the biggest issue with the Galaxy Watch Ultra: navigation. The reason that dazzling display gets so blurry is due to the fact you have to interact with it constantly. Samsung may have kept up with the current trend and added a fancy, mappable quick button here, but it's also missed an open goal by opting against a rotating bezel like we've seen in so many of its watches down the years. Instead of having a way to easily scroll through the endless tiles on this Wear OS 5 skin, it's a chore. That new quick button does a handy job, though still not something we were exactly pining for. But it's far less useful than a regular digital crown would have been. Something that could have also made up for the lack of functional bezel. The Ultra is crying out for one of the two side buttons, back or home, to sit on the other side. But in the end, there's enough good and different here to recommend the Ultra to smartwatch enthusiasts who want a bit more pizzazz on the wrist. Along with the rest of Samsung's 7th gen cohort, the Ultra is the first watch to receive the full benefits of the new Wear OS 5 update. That sounds exciting, but such is the solid nature of Google's software platform these days, this has actually meant very little in the last 2 years. After all, third-party app support is thriving, battery efficiency has made a serious leap in the last year, and there are rarely performance jitters. Instead, the more notable changes come from Samsung's own One UI 6 watch skin, even if, again, the upgrades aren't anything too dramatic this time around. Samsung made a big fuss about Galaxy Eye when it was announced in January, but this doesn't feel like a very AI-driven smartwatch experience, even with a powerful 3nm chip packed inside. Instead, Galaxy Eye exists solely in personalized wellness tips, for Samsung phones only, and the new energy score, more on this later, both of which debuted in similar forms on other wearables years ago. So while we wouldn't necessarily criticize Samsung for adding things like the double pinch gesture control, an inarguably very funny rebadging of Apple's Double Tap released last year, we do wish there was more substance to One Watch UI 6 and the features Samsung is catching up on to make the Ultra stand out. This is also compounded by non-Samsung phone users still having ECG and blood pressure monitoring features in the Health Monitor app fenced off. With the Galaxy Ring also designed to work alongside the company's watches, there's never been a better time to be a Samsung phone owner. However, with this arrival and several core features requiring specific hardware, it remains a needlessly limiting ecosystem. While it's tempting to judge the Ultra's battery life against proper sports watches from Garmin and company, it's important to remember this is essentially just a supercharged smartwatch. Thus, you're simply looking at above-average staying power, not elite. The charging equation is fairly straightforward with the Ultra. You'll be charging it every other day, unless you hammer the GPS tracking for a few hours, in which case it will need a top-up. This is pretty much what we found with the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro a couple of years back, which features the same battery unit as the Ultra. While that's all above board, we've still found the Ultra a pretty unpredictable watch battery to predict. Despite testing under the same settings throughout many cycles, such as having the always-on display enabled and features like all-day stress tracking toggled on, the life has ranged from 35 to 55 hours. We would typically attribute fluctuations like this to heavy GPS tracking or cellular use, but that's not the case here. One 30-minute outdoor ride, for example, only sapped 2% of battery, while an hour-long one on the same route took 12%. It's the same during sleep. Most nights with bedtime mode enabled see the battery drain around 25%, though only 15% has disappeared on a couple of occasions. Again, this often doesn't massively change how you use the Ultra. You're always thinking of when your next charge will happen with smartwatches like this, but it is frustrating that you're not able to predict the drain with confidence. We often see battery drain irregularities like this get ironed out with software updates, but we'll keep an eye on this in further testing over the coming few months to double check. We should also note that the redesigned bioactive sensor means the Ultra isn't capable of reverse charging from your Samsung phone, which, while not a feature I put much stock into, is a bit of a shame to lose from a novelty perspective. I appreciate that it's still slightly cheaper than the Apple Watch Ultra, but that doesn't mean it's cheap. It still costs more than twice as much as the baseline Watch 7, and I wouldn't say any of the features are so defining that it makes it worth the extra $350. The fellow big screen OnePlus Watch 2R boasts the same multi-day battery life as Samsung's Ultra, though it's not going to have nearly as many health tracking features. But then again, I would prefer the Ultra over the 7 simply because if I'm hiking, I won't have to worry about my watch dying on me as I huff it through the woods. I like the Ultra watch faces and all the little complications far more than you can get on the cheaper devices. If the Ultra had the classic's rotating bezel, it would be an easy recommendation for those who can afford it. It's a watch that will take over your wrist and, if you let it, your life. If that's what you're after, then the Ultra and its massive watch face fits the bill. So, what are your thoughts on this rugged watch from Samsung? Let us know it down below in the comments section, and for more updates you can check out our channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, take care.